Evelyn to Philip, April 10th, 1945. Dearest Phil, if it weren't for the fact that I am able to type this at the office while waiting for Mr. Bellet to return to the store and take us home, I wouldn't be able to write it all today. He had to take his daughter-in-law to the station as she's leaving to join her husband. Last night was one of the most hectic I've had in months. Immediately after reading your V-mail of March 31st, no comment, and having dinner, I took Adele to Dr. Gale's. The office was packed, so I stayed outside on the front step with Adele. And whom do you think I met? Helen Breslow had just come from the hospital where she had been visiting her dad, who had a serious operation performed on his stomach recently. She was surprised to learn that I know her cousin and asked me to stop over. Her dad is progressing nicely. The nurse at Dr. Gale's office let me take Adele into one of the inner rooms where I played with her until he was ready to give her the injection. For the first time, she cried a bit when the needle had been injected. She stopped almost immediately after, as I let her run around at will and the nurse gave her a lollipop. However, Dr. Gale warned me that this shot was 3 times as powerful as the first and that she would be very ill. He gave me a prescription to give her in case of repeated vomiting and suggested I give her aspirin. He looked at her feet at my request and said she still has a bit of a tendency to turn her toes in, but that it was okay for her to wear low Oxfords. He thought it would be a good idea to continue with Dr. Lefko and have the correction put into the Oxfords, providing Dr. Lefko will permit Oxfords. When I got off the bus, Adele and I walked over to Ringer's, where I had the prescription filled at the cost of $1. It is a powerful prescription and can only be refilled at the doctor's written request. It was after 10 when 2 very tired and sleepy gals fell into the house. I gave Adele the prescription, against her will, and some tea and lemon. She was soon asleep. I lay down as I was, for I was much too exhausted for anything else. She awoke again at 1 a.m. and several times after to throw up. When she finished throwing up, she said, "Mommy, I don't feel good." I just wish you could see how much of a soldier she is. She held it until I could get her into the bathroom and over the sink. I carried her on my shoulder after the last shot to still her and get her drowsy. She slept peacefully the rest of the night from 3 to 7, so you can see how much rest I had. Adele felt much better this morning, but as the doc said, she was quote, peaky, unquote, and very cranky about most anything. I left for work late as she seemed to be all right. My mom told me over the phone when I called that she was cranky and wouldn't eat much, and that Ruth had her out in the walker. The first day is the worst one, so I'm happy that it is nearly over. Mom called earlier in the day to tell me that your longie in the blue envelope had arrived. So I'm looking forward to it eagerly and will respond first chance I get. I'm going to right to bed this evening because I'm tired. Not too tired to tell you, baby, that I adore you and I'm hoping that you will soon be with your Ev.